Zucchini boats. Yes, this is Z Reviews. No, this is not the Z Cooks Consortium channel. If you do not know, there is a cooking channel specifically dedicated to things that I cook. This, not my creation, Pass's creation. But with this, I would like some real meat. That's fake meat. I want real meat. And that means 3 pieces of chicken. And this is dark meat. Ugh. This is dark meat chicken. If you've never watched one of my live streams on Twitch, I cook a lot there, and it's sort of made me ignore the Cooking Consortium channel, but it's going to make a comeback. I believe in it. I believe it'll make a comeback. And when you come to Z Reviews, you probably expect me to review audio equipment, but this is Z Reviews. I can reviews anything. See? It just said Z Reviews. What I'm going to do now is show you how to make the sous vide go. And I've reviewed a couple sous vides in the past, and I'm going to do another one. But first, I'm going to show you the process. Sous videing something, which is French, and I know it's French, is the art of putting meat or vegetables or fish or something in a submerged bath of water at a precise temperature for a rough time. Not a rough time like your mom gives you, like a rough time like, shut up. Anyway, we're going to season some chicken in my very clean sink. Pink Himalayan salt. I like a little bit of red pepper flakes ground into a fine powder, because red pepper flakes are too big. Now, the beautiful thing about sous videing is we're going to vacuum seal it. And you don't have to do this. It's recommended. You can just put it in a Ziploc bag, leave the Ziploc bag clipped over the side. As long as the Ziploc bag gets all the air squeezed out of it by the water, that's fine. I'm going to use a fork so I don't get chickeny hands, even though on Z Cooks I chickeny hand up all the time. Come on, flip it. Flip this bitch. Flip it. Flip it and don't end up in the sink. I think I'm going to do Italian seasoning on the bottom. And probably a little bit more salt. And I have this Vietnamese salt I'm going to use. Just turned into a... wow. Useless salt shaker. 38259. Classic. Alright, good enough. Vacuum seal set item. So, company name Anmade sent me a new sous vide to try. This one, smart sous vide. Everything's smart. I'm not that smart, but everything that I touch is smart, so therefore I'm smart. I stayed at a Holiday Inn. What the hell is the commercial? Holiday Inn Express. Vacuum seal. Leave some space between your meat. That's it. Squeeze it like a dominatrix. I'll link to this food saver. Not sure if they changed the model. I like this one. It's got the door that pops up. Sucks and seals. We need to fill this pot with water. And I actually have a line there because I've sous vide in this before. Because there's a minimum and a maximum. I'll show you the unit. Let me show you the unit. All the stuff. You don't need all the stuff. You need the unit. Ooh. Pretty. So what I'm going to do, you can put this in. You see the lines here. Min, max. You want to see what it looks like inside of this. So, what the sous vide actually is. It's several probes. There's... probe here, 2 probes here. This is a heating coil here, and this is a little fan that makes spinny, spinny, spinny. Wow, that's racist. And you put it in the shroud, lock it. It clips on. This one has actually a very good design. A lot of them have weird designs, but this one actually just puts the cord straight through. The cord is short and a bit janky, but that's basically to be expected. I'm going to clip it on here. All the way down. You don't want it touching the very bottom. If it was, you put it up. But since my pot's so tall, this is an IKEA pot. You do that. We are going to take our chickeny disgustingness. Oh, Jesus. Flip that over. If you're vomiting, it's probably not good. The temperature we need for dark meat chicken is probably going to be around 155 to 160 Fahrenheit. You can convert that to Celsius if you want. I'm going to check it. But for now, what you could basically do is run the hottest hot water you have, because the sous vide will put the water up to 200 degrees. It can maintain anywhere from like 105 to 205 Fahrenheit. And this one actually has an app, which I have to go load on my phone. And you could set the cooking time, and you could it'll actually show you, what do you have? Chicken. I want to do this. For how long? Done. So fill up your pot with the hottest water you can possibly muster out of your sink. Because if we're going to have to go to 160 anyway, putting 135 degree water in is going to cut off that heating time. I mean, you can put room temperature water in it. You could leave water in a sous vide overnight, because the food doesn't touch the water. It just gets hot and gets cold, and it'll get icky, slimy. So I'm going to take this up to its maximum level, move it to my beautiful glass table with the megumin, and then we're going to start cooking it. Actually, I'm just going to let it fill up. The reviews don't edit much. These can go in here. Zucchini boats. It's probably going to take a good solid... Hold on. Probably going to take a good solid hour and a half, I'm going to say, to get this up to spec. Hey, look, it's the Riva Turbo. I have a review of that somewhere. Locked in 2015. Okay. Burb. Okay. Got the app. Here's a little card that it comes with. Armenia. Why would they use Armenia as a country of origin? Basically, you point the phone at that. It links you to a Google thing. That links you to the Google thing. Because trying to find the Smart Life app is almost impossible, because everything's called that. I'm naming my family the Panteras. Going in the kitchen. I'm hitting done. I created a family. Completed. No devices. Add device. Now, this Smart Life app, like Anmade, Anmade makes this sous vide. Apparently, this app is for everything this company makes. Let me show you. Let me take you on the tour. Multiple sockets, wall switches, wall switch Bluetooth, wall switch Zigbee, scene lighting, smart lighting, 3 things. Home appliances, air conditioners, water heaters, refrigerators. Home appliances 2, which is where the sous vide, I believe, is down here somewhere. Thermostats, fans, air curators, air purifiers, heater. Kitchen, no, that's where it is. Sterilizers, kettles, rice cookers, soy milk makers, milk dispensers. Hood, sous vide. So I'm going to add a sous vide. All right, now I'm supposed to turn this on, which I'm going to plug it in. My kitchen has one utility thing on the 20 amp circuit that stays here, and it either is used for my deep fryer, my vacuum sealer, or my sous vide, and I can use one at the same time. Well, one at a time. I can use it one at a time. So, okay, I gotta make things go blinky blink. And according to this thing, that's by holding these 2 buttons down. Confirm rapidly blinking. Something rapidly blinking? Yes, it is. Confirming it. Please connect to Wi-Fi. Okay, turning on Wi-Fi. Searching for Wi-Fi, and I probably should be doing this far away. I'm now connected to Wi-Fi. That's also in Celsius and needs to be set to Fahrenheit. Sorry, Europe. I know you've got problems coming up with 13. But oh, is that it? Can I go back to the thing? This is the one. Okay, connected. It's connected. That's good. Now I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back in the app. Only supports 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi. I got to enter the password, which I'm going to do this for. You guys can stare up while I enter my Wi-Fi password. Continue connecting. Ugh. So now we're connecting. Make sure router, mobile and device are as close as possible. My router's there. Device is there. Mobile's here. Save to LastPass? No thanks. Come on, baby, you could do this. It's a lot of work to just make this a smart device. I kind of wish it was... I have other, like, just straight up dumb sous vides. I bought this one not too long ago when my other one died. And the reason I bought this one is because it's short. They're all tall like that, and I prefer the short. So you'd actually put it on the front of the unit like that. And I haven't used it in a while. And this one has an interesting grabber system here. Which one are you? You're the Wankle? This one's a Wankle. And that one just, you turn it on and it makes go. There's no app. This one, oh, device added successfully. Great. There's Chinese writing. It's literally named something Chinese. So let's go with not that. Anmade Zeos meat cookery. It's trying to correct Anmade. Madeline Zeos meat cookery. Done. Perfect. It's exactly what I actually meant it to be. It's in the kitchen. We're going to hit complete. Oh, it's loading. Okay, so here's the main interface for the sous vide. First things first, let's change it to Fahrenheit. Booyah. So now it's in Fahrenheit. So that water that came out of my sink, been sitting here for probably 8 minutes while I was getting this set up, down to 135. Now we're going to cook poultry and back. It's heating. Okay, chicken and pear risotto, duck breast with garlicky pak choy. Ooh, duck breast with mushroom and pumpkin seeds. That's very specific. So this is recipes. Let's see what this one's. Ingredients. So it actually gives you like, well, that's weird though. That's a weird narrowness. Chicken, 2 boneless chicken breasts. Blah, 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 blah. Directions, 1 hour and 15 minutes of cooking time. So will it just give me... I don't want directions. I want... Right here. Let's set the temp, which you can do like this. So I'm going to do like 155 and then verify that. I apologize. Hold on, let me try. Alexa, how do you sous vide dark meat chicken?
Okay, the skill Save the Food can help you with that.
Good.
Let's try it.
Let's do that.
Welcome to Save the Food.
Thank you.
Together, we can help fight food waste.
Good.
Huzzah! Just ask me questions like Alexa, ask Save the Food how to store bananas. Alexa, ask Save the Food if my apples are still good.
Ooh.
Or Alexa, ask Save the Food if wilted celery is still good.
Alexa, save the food sous vide temperature of dark meat chicken. Oh, Jesus God. I just want to cook some chicken here.
Sorry,
Or
I'm
pasta.
having trouble accessing your Save the Food skill
Okay.
right now.
Okay, Google. Sous vide temperature for dark meat chicken.
Here is information from
Okay.
Serious Eats.
Sous vide steak. No. Sous vide dark meat chicken temperature. We got this, everybody. We got this.
Serious Eats.
It's the future.
To get to 165 degrees Fahrenheit, timing comes into play. With shorter cooking times, you end up with chicken that is more tender than chicken cooked to 150 degrees Fahrenheit and just slightly more dry.
Serious Eats is the website I would go to for anything sous vide. So let's see what they're talking about. We're going with this. There's usually a graph that shows like where they liked it. 150 for 1 hour, 165 for 1 hour, 165 for 4 to 8 hours. Moderately juicy, pulls off the bone tender. So what are these? Very juicy, full tender, very juicy, quite firm. So I want very juicy, full tender. So let's take that to 165 for between 1 and 4 hours. I'm hungry now, though. Everything with a sous vide is slower. So we're going to go 165, and we're going to set it to... What is that? What is it? 165 point. It literally will give you 105.5 degrees. So let's go 164.8, because that's just anal. Confirm that. And we'll set the time for 1 hour and 1 hour and 30 minutes. Hour and a half. Confirm. Go. So, the fan turns on, the heater turns on. It tells me my current temperature, which is not hot enough. It measures the temperature of the water coming in as opposed to the water that's being heated and shot out. And when it gets to temperature, this will beep, which has got to go up another 30 degrees, which is it's flying by now. And I'm going to let it get to that temperature. Then I'm going to take my chicken, which, if you're worried about like keeping it refrigerated up until that point, you're about to put it in the next 15 minutes, just who cares. And the bigger the pot of water you're going to submerge the chicken into, the less you have to worry about the actual coolness of this messing with the temperature of that. And even if it does, like if you make a big old roast, which I really don't do big roasts in there. Steaks, yes, but big roasts. But if you dropped it in there and it dropped 5 degrees, the water, it's going to pick up on that and turn the heater back on. Basically, this thing will use a lot of power to get the water up to temperature, and then probably not a lot of power just to maintain it. Because it's going to be at 164 and it's going to sit there for a minute. It's going to get 163 and it's going to come on for 12 seconds and it's going to bring it. That's me off, off, on, off. So we're already at 136. When this thing gets to temperature, camera back on, drop in chicken, and I'll see you in an hour and a half. 163.8. One more degree to go. I've now ruined the health factors of these with extreme amounts of cheese because Zeus knows best. So we got Munster, Romano, and some very thick sliced American. Do it! It should beep. I hear it doing things. Either way, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get plastic clip, 163.9. It might be maintaining. That might be it. Did I get it? It's fine. It's cheese. Cheese loves us. The Smart Life app, is reporting 163.9, which is correct. We want 164.7 because it hasn't started the time yet, unless I start the time. I hear it turning on and off, so it's probably ready to go. Now, you don't want this to hit flat on the bottom like that, because then there's no water underneath it to cook that side of the meat. You want it to sort of stand up. It doesn't have to be like in the middle of it, but it wouldn't hurt if it was just sort of floating there. And I'm just going to clip this there, because if the whole thing submerges itself and it starts falling into the actual thing, that's bad. And you can see we've already lost some degrees. Boom. So now I've hit manually go on it. It probably would have eventually got there, but I've got things to do. So 9 minutes timer. Empty schedule. I could add a schedule to it. See, it only dropped the temperature about a degree. Not even a degree. And it's going to compensate for that real quick. In the meantime, zucchini boats with cheese. I've been told 1 out. How long? At 375? Or 325. Got to go a little bit more than that. And I put a couple cheeses on there because I'm the king of cheese. Not the man, the actual food. Beautiful. It's beautifully packed. So just check out the Cooking Consortium if you want to know all about my cooking fiascos. They're on there. And there is a separate Patreon, by the way, for cooking that my sister runs. And my sister and my cousin run that aspect. I figured I don't need to take anything from them because they do most of the quote-unquote work. And sometimes we have guest cooks on there if you want to check them out. We are not submerged all the way. That is not good. We've got to get this piece all the way down. Now, you know what? I have my phone muted because people were messaging me constantly. So now that all the chicken is under the water, which I had failed to do before, you can clip it on and make it all beautiful. So, how do I hit go? It may not start unless it hits that temperature already. I just wanted to manually hit that temperature though. Alright, it's 9:43 or 21:43. It's been in there for at least a minute or two, right? So let's say at 9:40. Let's see how long it takes to actually get to the beep beep, which is set to 164.7. Stop touching it. Touch screens. Oh god. Here. I'm gonna make it 163.5. Go. 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 Yes, yes, yes. 163.2, 0.4. Come on. Come on. You got this. You got this. Oof. Oh. Did it beep? Everything lights up blue, by the way. Go, go, go. I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna lower it. No, so if I set the temp, it goes all the way back to 60, which is kind of annoying. Who would actually set the temperature any less than like 100? There it is, 163.5. The timer's blinking. The timer's blinking. That means it should be up 89 minutes. All right. So once it finally did hit the actual target value, which I had to lower just to get it there, it will go higher than that. I had it much higher than that earlier. We are now counting now. We have 89 minutes remaining. So with 89 minutes remaining, I'll see you in 89 minutes. Okay, it's been an hour and a half. I just missed it, but I got an alert on my phone. Alert, your food is finished, and this thing's beeping. So that's cool as hell. Power. It was already off. I turned it back on. How do I make it not beep? You should not leave it submerged, by the way. So once this thing is done, unpluggy. And while it's hot is when I take this out. And this is going to be hot, by the way, like really hot. Like if it's making the water 160, this is probably like 180, 190. So don't touch. Put it down on, by the way, those zucchini boats were amazing. Get yourself a woman who can make zucchini boats. There appears to be some Mount Gay out now. And some Paul Mason Peach, which is not very good. But Mountain Gay, don't ask questions. This is Z Cooks. Let's... Now the main issue... Okay, you've cooked this chicken is now perfect.
How do you find your movie?
Hold on. Hold on, cheese, doing a thing. Doing a thing. Okay. Anyway. Kitchen lights back on. We are moving this. We are moving this mess. Welcome to Z Cooks, by the way. I'll literally eat on camera. And sorry, but this is a daily video. And they're not always the cleanest and best things out there. The negative factor of sous vide is you don't dry anything out. That's also the positive factor. You don't dry anything out. When you cook white meat chicken, which I actually prefer over dark meat. I've already run through this review. And somewhere in the comments, I'll pin the one that got messed up. Oh, yeah. Oh, no, the blazing hot. That's too hot. Oh, touch heat. The issue with sous vide is there's no air to pull away the fat. It's just gentle heat. When I do a roast beef, I had tried several roast beefs in a sous vide, and yeah, the meat was perfectly pink to the edge, but all that crisp and fat doesn't happen. So what that means is, when you go and pull your meat out of the bag, bag. Need a fork. You pull the meat out of the bag, it's just purely moist, and especially with chicken, if you're gonna do like a dark meat like this where it's skin, no one wants to have the skin be like, well, soft. By the way, you could put that in a chicken stock. That's chicken. That's basically the best chicken stock you could ever have. So what's gonna have to happen now? This is perfectly cooked chicken thighs. Let's get a knife and cut one open. The biggest one, the smallest one, the biggest one. Here, let's see. Where's bone? Cut right through and show. Oh, that's hot. The moisture in there, all right? It's perfect. The only thing that's not perfect is the skin. So you got a sous vide. I usually cook white meat. If I want to show somebody what a sous vide can do, my go-to is not a steak. It could be ribs, but I've had some really good pork ribs that are not sous vide. The only guaranteed food that you cannot cook in any other method is white meat chicken. You take a big old thick piece of white meat breast, sous vide it, a little bit of salt. You can put a little bit of Italian seasoning, oregano, whatever you want in there. Zip seal it, throw it in the sous vide, 90 minutes at 143 degrees Fahrenheit. Take it out. It's going to be this big white mush. Like, what is this? You're going to cut it. It's going to glisten. It's going to glisten like that glistens. And then you're going to give it to someone and they're going to be like, oh, because you literally can't get white meat that juicy. Now, dark meat like this is going to require an extra step. Steaks will require an extra step. That roast beef I was telling you about, you can't just take it out. You just have a big red mass. I mean, if you're doing like a prime rib of beef, like when you go to like a, what's it called? When you go to like a buffet, that's fine. But you want this skin crispy. So what's going to have to happen now is you either have to pan sear this skin or broil it. And you know what? This is Z Cooks. Actually, this isn't a Z Cooks. This is a Z review. And I'll be back in just 1 minute. When that pan gets super hot, I'll clean up a bit. And we're going to sear that chicken skin for like 10 seconds. Because we're not cooking the chicken anymore. Chicken is done. In fact, we want the chicken to sort of cool down to keep the process from happening. I'm just going to touch this to that pan, which will be linked in the description, by the way. This is my French-made carbon steel. And, oh, it's going to be delicious. So, burb again. She knows this makes lasers go. Weakers. Weaky weeks. Old lady tubers. Old lady tubers. Murderer tubers. Go in there. Go. Alright, link to this on Amazon. I've got this frying pan on 500 degrees. 509, 528. You're gonna need one of these, because there ain't no way in hell it's gonna work. Now, the skin should throw some fat out, but at the same point, some high heat oil, a touch of it. You may want to pull out one of these, if you have it. We're just crisping up the skin. And I'm doing one piece at a time. Here's, I need to concentrate. Oh. A little more, maybe? A little more than that? We're not trying to cook it. We're just trying to crisp it. Remember when I said one piece at a time? Yeah, I lied. Woo. What's up? Dios, this is a low effort video. Hell yes it is. But it's a sous vide video. Well, that's a little disheartening that that changed color. Oh. So yeah, I'm in Pennsylvania, right outside of Philly, and we have very hard water here. So if you have hard water, it's a little harder to do that. I should probably use filtered for it. All right. Oh. Crispy. Crunchy. Nice shrinkage. Off. Off. And now that I've heated the skin up to like 550 degrees, that's perfect chicken. And I'm afraid there's no zucchini boats. If you want to dip it in something, I love Rufus Teague Touch of Heat. Oh, God. The blazing hot one actually hurts. Chewbacca, you want some chicken? My cat Chewbacca is a cute girl. Isn't she a cute girl? Wait, baby. Let's see if she approves. It's a little hot. Good? Good. That's all I expect. So anyway, thank you. Links in the description for the Anmade Sous Vide. I just wish the app wasn't so overbearing, like you need to name your family and you got a million apps. Good if you can get products that work on it, but honestly, I don't know if there's even a list of the various appliances and milk frothers and things that they have that are smart devices. Is this one of those? This is one of the rare things I think actually needs to be a smart device. This is the main review of it. It's a basic design, but I like it. I always wrap the cord up here, like through it, which is better than I could say than the rest of them, which don't allow this. And I'm sure it's not designed for it, but look. Just for that fact, I like this unit. Silicone rubber here, silicone rubber there. Easy to clean, big, touch panel on the top. No individual touch buttons that can get dirty. Not that expensive. And if you're gonna make something that an app is controlling, I wouldn't probably set it up from like far away. But if you're at home and you want to know when your sous vide timer is off, or you want to adjust the temperature, why not? In the meantime, some best chicken now. I have to go. If you'd like to, well, not particularly support these videos, I'll link to 2 Patreons today in the description. One of me for Z Reviews, which does speakers and normal headphones and feeds the cat, and one that's specifically for food reviews and food cooking, where I do some crazy, disgusting shit. But check out the Z Cooks Consortium channel. Check out the Z Cooks Consortium Patreon. There is a private food chat which features myself, my cousin, and a ton of people that you may have met or may not have met that just love talking about food. And it's basically general food talk. Except when you do Secret Santa, which is interesting, because it's almost always food related. And there is actually a cookie tier, which I'm going to try to get my sister to expand, where at, I forget, it's a high number, but at a certain number, my sister will bake you a dozen or 2 dozen cookies every 3 months. And she loves doing it, and people love eating her cookies. If you want to eat my sister's cookies, please. Cool. Spring's here, everybody. Enjoy things. And the barbecue. You barbecue this. I probably should have tasted some on camera, because I feel bad. Oh my fucking science. Please try sous vide. Even if you don't buy this one I reviewed, just buy anything. It's so good. So good.